Let's go.
PokeRamble Podcast.
There is a mega ton of stuff to get through in Pokemon Go and Pokemon Masters, so instead of dragging out this intro, let's just get to talk about all things Pokemon, shall we? Welcome to episode 14 of the PokeRamble Podcast. I'm your host, Kumail, and I'm joined, as always, by the Battle Frontier Brain himself, Amit. How are you today? Good, my friend. Why do I always mess up this bit? Why is it this bit?
You listen. Take two for the intro. We got through it. It's all good.
Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dear. Yeah. So how's things going? I'm alive.
I'm good.
I'm alive. Last
Dude,
weekend.
episode Kahuna.
Kahuna or Kakuna?
Kakuna.
Do you want to rewind the whole podcast for you now? You've made a...
No. We are episode
Absolute
Kakuna.
mess.
We're episode 0 in the Johto Pokedex.
Oh.
But we are episode Kakuna in the National and the Kanto Dex.
Are you starting to do this now where you're going to go to, the Kalos decks didn't exist?
Yeah, maybe I'll break out some random trivia.
Maybe.
Doesn't appear in the Sword and Shield decks, just putting it out there.
Talking of random trivia, last week was the first week we've missed. Mostly down to my personal stuff going on. I had exams to prepare for, and God knows I was stressed out that weekend, but I managed to get through it, and I did my test.
And you passed, right? Congratulations.
I did the test on the bank holiday weekend. Would you believe? On the Monday, it was an experience, certainly, and it was all remote testing. So some dude was listening and looking at me for about 2 hours. So that was fun. And I totally didn't embarrass myself.
Hang on. Recap that. I know this is not Pokemon related, but we'll get to that. There was just a guy staring at you for 2 hours while you were doing the test.
Yeah, and hearing me. So any noise and so on. Yeah, and I did embarrass myself, but I'll tell you about that off the air. But yeah, no, it's
that'll be a Twitch exclusive at the end.
Oh yeah, it was an experience, dude. It was an experience. But I'm happy to finally get back to playing games. Catching up with what's happening in Pokemon Go and Pokemon Masters. And while putting together this podcast, I certainly learned a lot. So shall we get into it?
Yeah. Do we want to very quickly mention we did a midweek stream for Pokemon Masters to make up for no podcast?
Oh, that'll be up by tomorrow.
So you can check out that midweek stream on Twitch now, or you can go and check it on YouTube, I guess, tomorrow.
Yep, it's going to be up on the PokeRamble podcast. But yeah, let's get into it. What's Pokemon going on? This is the section of the show where we talk about Pokemon Go and some huge news. Actually, it came about pretty quickly, way faster than I thought it would. But Pokemon Go now has Mega Evolutions, so you've got to Mega Evolve them all. And Mega Evolutions are one of those things where I really liked Pokemon Masters, Pokemon Go. And Mega Evolution, so having the two together, it's like a match made in heaven, apparently. But actually, there's been quite a few things about this Mega Evolution that hasn't been sitting right with me. But we'll get onto that a little later. First of all, there's a Mega Evolution Dex now. So essentially, you've got your normal Pokédex, and then you've got a Mega Dex for each and every Pokemon that you've Mega Evolved.
I like that. Is it actually called the Mega Dex? That's a great name.
I don't know. I haven't seen what it looks like. I just know it exists.
If it's not called the Mega Dex, they need to get on
that. We've got a question in the chat, by the way, about Data Mine. So whilst I go through the Pokemon Go stuff, you can probably hook a brother out down there. I assume he's talking about Pokemon Masters. But yeah, so Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Go is handled like this. They're temporary evolutions, which you would expect being, Mega Evolution. And you can only have one Mega Evolved Pokemon at a time. Now, how long do Mega Evolutions last? They last for 4 hours from Mega Evolution. Now, in order to Mega Evolve your Pokemon, you'll need something called Mega Evolution Candy. And these candies come from Mega Raids, which are a unique tier of raids at the moment. Pokemon caught from these raids will be in their normal form, so not their Mega form, in their normal form. But what's really cool about this is that you're getting third stage Pokemon guaranteed, and it can have a chance of being shiny, which is not something that's been common with evolved Pokemon. Usually it's just the base form Pokemon.
Saves you a lot of candies, right?
Yeah, exactly. But what doesn't save you a lot of candies is this Mega Evolution candy, because Mega Evolution candy is specific to the Pokemon. So Charizard, for example, will have Charizard Mega Candy. Venusaur will have Venusaur Mega Candy. Blastoise will have Blastoise Mega Candy. For Charizard's evolutions, you can pick between the two with your Mega Candy. But here's the thing, right? The amount needed to initially Mega a Pokemon is 200. And then after that, it'll have a reduced amount, which is... it was 50, but now it's like down to 40 after they've released an update, and then Beedrill's 20. I should say that Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, and Beedrill are the only ones that can Mega Evolve at the moment. But yeah, essentially the only way to get candy at the moment is to do these raids.
So how many candies do you get per raid?
So it was, I think, it depends on how quickly you finish the raid. But the maximum is like 55 candies, which is, you'd have to have quite a big group with you to do it in a quick enough time to get like 55.
So realistically, on average, you're getting what, 20, 25?
I did one with 4 or 5 other people remotely, and we got I think it was 45. And I know that they're boosting it at the moment. They will be boosting it up.
Okay.
But yeah, essentially, on average, it will take you about 6 or 7 Mega Raids to initially Mega Evolve your Pokemon. Which,
yeah, that's a long time to do your first Mega Evolution.
Yeah, it seems a bit, money grabby. So I wasn't too best pleased with that. But the reasons why you would want to get Mega Pokemon is because of this. They boost the attack power of all Pokemon battling in raids. Pokemon of the same type will benefit the most. I know if they update, because of the feedback they've gotten, they'll also be adding, candies as well. So you get more candies from Pokemon in the wild whilst your Pokemon's Mega Evolved. So that's another thing. Beedrill you can Mega Evolve just by doing the special task that was added to the game. So that's one good way of getting a Mega Evolved Pokemon.
Are they significantly stronger than regular Pokemon, or are they on par?
Of course, they're stronger. Yeah, there's their own tier of what Mega Evolution Pokemon are the best at the moment. I think out of the current lot, Charizard Y is probably the best, based on stats.
Yeah, that makes sense given its base game stats.
Yeah, but I don't think there's much worth going for the trouble to get a Mega Evolved Pokemon. It's not going to do much of a difference at the current metagame, I'd say. However, these Pokemon can't be used for ranked PvP, but when they can be used for ranked PvP, they're going to need to figure out a way of getting candy other than raids. And I know they're working on that at the moment. They're looking into maybe putting it in research tasks, which they have, but it's really rare to come by, and other sort of activities like walking with your buddy or something. But yeah,
aren't they going to have a special mega tier for PvP?
I wouldn't suspect so. They've got tiers already where it's great tier where your Pokemon's up to X CP, Y CP, Z CP. I
thought that I'd read somewhere that they were going to add a mega tier.
I've not seen anything about that, but if you have seen something about that, email PokeRamblePod@gmail.com. But yeah, no, it's the whole mega thing is a bit weird, and definitely there's a lot of people that are not happy with it. And Niantic are aware of it, and they did issue a statement about it. Of course, I just talked about getting candy from other sorts of gameplay and stuff like that, and having more usefulness for Mega Evolution Pokemon, so it's incentivizing you to go through the trouble. But we'll see when that happens. I don't know when it will happen. But just currently at the moment, there's a Mega Evolved event at the moment. Where I've gotten a bunch of shinies. I finally completed my Lotad family, which makes me really happy.
Oh, you got all 3, nice.
Yeah, I got one a long time ago when there was a Lotad event, and you did basically research events where you could get Lotads from, and if you're lucky, you got a shiny. And I got one shiny after doing eight different quests over 4 hours. It was horrific. It was really bad. It was horrible. my legs hurt so much that day. But yeah, it's been a good event. And if 2 million people participate in mega raids, Mega Pidgeot would be unlocked. So I'm interested to see whether or not we've unlocked Mega Pidgeot, especially with, not many people going out to do raids because of, the situation that we're all in. But yeah, I mean, it's been a time in Pokemon Go, and they're filling out at the moment. I just can't help but think that they could have rolled out Megas a lot better than they did at the moment. Some people suggesting that using, just normal candies, so like Charmander candies or whatever, to be used for Mega Evolution would have been better, or converting them. But yeah,
I guess once they sort out the problem of being able to farm or acquire Mega Candy, it might be easier.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that really surprised me is that the pool of Mega Evolvable Pokemon is so small. It would have felt like a really good time to just go, we're bringing Mega Pokemon to Pokemon Go, and they're all here. And everyone would have gone crazy for them, and it would have got, lots of people excited for it. And it's surprising that there's only 4 available at the moment.
Arguably, you could say that with Pokemon Go being a mobile game and them needing to constantly have content to keep people interested, and that's probably why they've opted for the more staggered release rather than
that does make sense.
Probably
that does make sense.
But I'm actually glad they haven't released all of them, because you imagine how much of a mess it would be trying to get candies for all of them if all the raids are different. It would just segment the player base completely.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true. Good point.
But yeah, good luck to Niantic and what they do with Mega Evolutions. I've got some candy for my Charizard, but I haven't got enough to evolve it initially. And as I said, the initial cost is high, and then the reduced cost now is a lot better. So it only takes you 1 raid to Mega Evolve your Pokemon once you've done it one time on average.
Yeah, and that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that in that sense is okay, but I think they do need to vary the ways of getting Mega Candy, because you can't expect people to pay money to do raids. And mind you, they are free, but you have to do X amount of raids to even Mega Evolve in the first place, and I just don't think that's on. People in rural areas, for example, I don't think get talked about enough. They're probably struggling at the moment to get enough people to do a Mega Raid or even beat it. So,
I mean, I'm assuming that players in rural areas still haven't hit the level cap.
Yeah. They've been a lot better, Niantic, with spawns and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I totally get the point. But yeah,
I just remember, like, when I was first playing, I was playing in the countryside, and the difference when I first went into town, and just seeing the volume of like Pokestops and Pokemon spawning, and I was like, oh, you don't have to wait like 20 minutes for a Pokemon to respawn. This is weird.
Yeah,
it was. It's rough playing in the rural areas.
Are you still in the rural area?
No, I mean, I've moved house since Pokemon Go came out, so I now live in town centre. But obviously, I stopped playing Pokemon Go, so I lose the benefits of being in town centre.
Well done, you. Glow up. Yeah. But yeah, that's enough about Mega Evolutions. Jesse and James are blasting off on the I think it's the 30th of September. So 30th of September will be your last day to encounter them before they blast off again for some reason. Usually, I think it's all down to, and it's the same with Pokemon Masters, it's all down to promotion for the movie, which is supposed to be out by now. But it's a shame it didn't get released on time. But it's been nice seeing them pop up left, right, and center. I haven't seen them recently.
Yeah, it's interesting that it times with the Pokemon Masters event as well. So I guess they must have synced their plans up and had it all kind of scheduled around the movie. But it's a shame that never panned out.
And we're getting Raichu in Research Breakthrough. So if you do a research task every single day for 7 days, you've got an opportunity to get a Alolan Raichu from the Research Breakthrough, and it can be shiny. Just before I forget, shout out to Leak Duck. He's got his own website that has got all these nice infographics that I've been using for Pokemon Go. So check out Leak Duck if you're into your Pokemon Go, and if you want like condensed graphics about what's happening in the game. But with that, if you've got nothing to talk about Pokemon Go, I'll move on. Question mark?
I like shiny Alolan Raichu. I don't know. I've never seen him before.
Is it to do with chocolate pudding or something?
No, that wasn't on my mind. But it's a fun design.
I'll still never get over it having a psychic type because I ate too many pancakes or something. Like, what?
Is that what they said?
No. Yeah, that's the whole reason why it's a variant. Like with Alolan Rattata, they had this whole like brilliant idea of it, having to go into dark areas and stay in dark areas, and therefore it sort of got that dark typing. But with Raichu, it ate too many sweets and became psychic.
I would love if that was true in real life. If I could just eat sweets or have an excuse to eat sweets and then get extra powers, I would be totally up for that.
Yeah. Oh God. Control yourself, because you don't want to get diabetes and stuff like that.
Very true.
Although there is a type of diabetes where you can exercise it off, which was actually mind-blowing to me. But anyway, this is not a medical podcast, so don't listen to me.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. So you want to be a Pokemon Masters? Oh my giddy aunt. We have a lot to talk about. Yeah. Ooh. I've got you a present. Well, not me. Niantic have got you. No, not even Niantic. Niantic don't even have your present. Dina, or DNA, or however you want to say the name, have got you a present. Which is...
Pokemon Masters EX. I don't know what the present is.
And
there's so many presents, to be honest.
Yeah, 1,800 gems, I guess.
Yeah,
from the bingo.
Yeah, in theory, you can get up to 7,800 gems from completing the bingo. 2 different bingo cards, one for the anniversary, and there's another one that we'll talk about in a minute. The daily login bonuses, which I think racks up to about 3,000 gems. They gave you a 3,000 gem, I think, bonus on the day of the anniversary. There's so many gems. So many free gems.
Give me all the gems. Give me all the gems. But yeah, we certainly need them after what happened the other day. But we'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, to commemorate...
and there was also 2 rounds of apology gems.
Apology gems? What did we get apology gems for?
One, because the rewards for Rosa EX were less than the other EXs, and one for another minor bug. I can't remember what it was, but I'll have to check.
That's fine. No one really cares. As long as we get apology gems, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I've got 2 lots of 50.
Yeah, but to commemorate the first anniversary, the Pokemon Center got a glow up. And I had a look at a video back in February, so it seems it's basically the same Pokemon Center and theme that we got from the 6-month anniversary, but nonetheless, it's very cool and very refreshing to log into it. Very nice. Very, very nice. Amit doesn't have an opinion on the...
No, sorry. I was trying to mute myself so I didn't cut over you. The UI is lovely. I love the new UI. It's really fresh. It's really clear. I think it's a big improvement for the game generally. The new UI. I like it.
That's a really good point. The UI had been upgraded, which looks a lot more cleaner. And also, I don't know if I'm imagining this, but I think the game, at least the menus, are running at a higher frame because it feels a lot smoother than it used to. It used to feel a lot more clunkier than it does now.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know whether they've also improved the actual gameplay itself, but I find the difference now between low graphic settings and high graphic settings in terms of performance much more significant.
Really?
So,
what do you
I mean, my phone will happily run high graphics and run it smoothly, but if I dial it down to low, there's no stutter at all, I find.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But what else came with the anniversary is the one and only Professor Samuel Oak. What did he come with?
Yeah, he came back for a return, and every player gets the Professor Oak and Mew Sync pair, which is great because for people who missed the event earlier in the year, which I think was around the 6-month anniversary, you can now get Professor Oak and Mew, and it's available for the next 3 years. So all the way through until 2023, you can get yourself Professor Oak and Mew.
Yeah, and it's one of the better pairs in the game. Definitely, I'd say probably top tier for me in Battle Villa and Legendary Arena because of his abilities to debuff, dodge attacks, and be able to debuff opponents.
Yeah, Mew's really versatile. I've seen builds that are much more built around attacking or trying to put status conditions on your opponents, and then builds that are much more about being a tank and evasive and debuffing, and yeah, both are really good. So it's a great opportunity for newer players to get access to a really good sync pair off the bat. And
I know you were very happy.
And also probably one of the best story segments I think I've ever seen in Pokemon Masters.
Yeah, I was just getting onto that, but please talk to me.
Yeah, so when you get sync pairs in Pokemon Masters, you unlock a little story for them. And you basically, for Professor Oak and Mew, get a rehash of the story that was told in the 6-month anniversary edition. And what's really cool about the story is that it picks up on some really specific bits of Pokemon lore. So it talks about Professor Oak and Agatha's relationship. There's a scene where Professor Oak battles Agatha's Gengar with his Nidorino, which those of you who play Pokemon Red and Blue will understand the significance of that. There's Gary Oak calling Agatha Granny. There's so many little things in that story that just tie it together really nicely. It's a really cool story, and I'm glad that people will get to see it when they start the game because it's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, you messaged me. I was like, "Oh, he's got there. That's good to hear because I was really confused because when I logged into the game, there was no sort of like any of that. We only got like the bingo and that's it. And then I read up later on that people who've already got Mew from the first round of sort of it appearing won't get the story stuff. You're just gonna get the bingo and then you move on with your life.
I wonder if you went to Sync Pair stories where they would be there in your. I guess you'd already have had it.
Yeah, I've already gone through it all, so that's probably why.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Oh well, fair enough. It's nice that and there's also there's like a returners bingo. So for people who played Pokemon Masters some time ago and have now come back into the game, there's incentives for those players as well. So I think you had to have an account that was a certain number of months old and not used it for a certain amount of months.
Yeah.
But it's nice that DNA are trying to encourage people to get back into the game, and also people who are trying to play the game. It's cool.
I will say there is a reason why you would want to complete the Mew bingo as an existing player who had it before. Is because you can raise Mew's level cap by using those custom blends that you get from the bingo. So make sure you do the bingo. But we'll talk about level caps later. Because along with a ton of things that have been added to the game, we've got an understanding of what the requirement is to get to 6-star EX, which essentially is getting 25-star power-up tickets onto your character, and then adding to that, you need to have something called the Champions. Champions Spirit? That's one.
Champion Spirit. Yeah, it's not an easy requirement. It's definitely one of those things that players who are certainly on the free-to-play or relatively free-to-play model, you're not going to get every pair to 6 stars. You'll have to pick and choose your favourites for sure. Champion Spirit, we'll talk about how you get that in a minute. But it makes sense that when you've got a character to the pinnacle of all that they can be, that's when you push them over into the next stage. I mean, I do like that it's not a really simple step, because I think that makes it a bit more special when you finally get there.
Yeah.
And I think it will mean that players will have to choose between their favorites for how they're going to do that, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But yes, I mean, the 6-star EX pairs look really cool. I don't know whether you've got the designs for Red, Blue, and Leaf, and now Rosa as well. But the designs are quite cool, particularly like Red and Roses actually.
Yeah, no. And we already talked about the benefits of getting your characters to 6-star EX from the last episode, so check that out. But the game's giving you a campaign to get enough tickets to get Rosa to 20 out of 20, 5-star. So that's nice for the game to do, at least introducing 5-star to 6-star to everybody by giving you the necessary materials in order to do so.
Yeah, and again, that campaign runs to 2023, so you've got plenty of time to do that if you are joining the game now.
Mm-hmm. And there is an item I think you get from the Champions Stadium to be able to get custom 5-star tickets as well. So eventually you'll be able to get some of your pairs, but it'll just be a drawn out process, let's say.
Yeah, the conversion rate is slow.
Yeah, it's something. But yeah, talking of 6 stars, there is currently a poll happening till tomorrow morning, where you can choose what sync pair you want to receive a 6-star sort of eligibility or / upgrade, however you want to say it. So you just basically need to reply to the tweet, hashtag the sync pair you want. For example, I hashtagged Skylar EX.
Of course you did.
Yeah, because I use her so much, honestly. And if I use that much, I want her to be powered up as far as possible. But I wanted to ask you, out of all the sort of sync pairs that are available to get to 6-star EX, who would you want to have apart from Skylar?
Yeah, I mean, when we first talked about this, my immediate response was, let's finally get Signasuit Brock to a usable standard, because at the moment, he's, by all of these characters on the screen, he is by far and away the worst. especially considering that he has Tyranitar, and it's such a shame that Tyranitar is like the weakest sync parry in the game. So I'd love to see Brock and Tyranitar get some love. I also think that a 6-star Tyranitar design would look really cool. So just from that aspect, I was all for Sigma Suit Brock. But I guess from a usefulness perspective, I'm sure lots of people will be keen to see Iris get 6-star. Skylar, obviously.
Oh god, I forgot she's one of those ones that could.
Yeah, Iris will probably be a popular choice. I would expect to see some votes for Misty. I'd expect to see some votes for Karina. But I'd be surprised if Skylar didn't win.
That's really interesting. That is really interesting. I would alternatively like Hao as well, because Hao, I think in the early game, for a lot of people, was like the MVP when it came to training areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was definitely like earlier in the game. He's a very useful character to have.
Yeah. But do you know what else would be useful?
The removal of the stamina system.
Well, yeah, that's one thing. But leveling up your Pokemon to level 125. And you might be asking me, oh, how do I get my Pokemon to level 125? Well, there's 2 new areas open. Cap Unlock Area 1 and Cap Unlock Area 2, appropriately named. And you'll need items called Tomes, which can come in all 18 types. And great buffs, aid, and tech blends, and tonics, aids, whatever you want to call them. Basically, souped up versions of the materials we've got already. From these areas to unlock a character's level cap, and each stage takes 20 stamina per run, so it's going to be a long drawn out process to get your characters to level 125 essentially.
Yeah, they've intentionally, I'm sure, made it quite a lengthy process, and it's interesting that in the design for the new level cap area, they've segmented these items completely from the old level cap areas.
Yeah.
And there's also a tab at the bottom that says like level 125. So I wonder if this is just the first, them preparing for like the first level cap advance, and if there's maybe more to come as well.
God, just let me get all my characters 125 first. I think I'm like maybe 30 at the moment I've done. No, that sounds wrong. Maybe 10 or 20 at most I've done at the moment. But yeah.
I'm at 8.
We just need to make sure you sort of, like you said, focus on the pairs that you're using the most, and then worry about everyone else later. But I definitely wouldn't put it off. I'd definitely start on it whilst the is it the rod hot, the iron's hot, or whatever you want to call it? I don't know. I tried to use a smart analogy, it didn't work out evidently.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. But
what, as in while the irons are hot?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
It's a good time to get into Pokemon. I mean, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, saying it was a really good time to jump in because there's lots of gems being given away just before the anniversary. Now with the anniversary live, it's actually again still a really good time for new players to jump in. There's lots of kind of free gems and incentives for new players, lots of ways to kind of kickstart your way into the game. So you can actually kind of get your way up to the mid-game relatively quickly. The mid-game is slower. There's a bit of grinding to do, and the stamina system doesn't help that. But once you break through that and you get towards the end-game content, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the story content as well. Is if you're a Pokemon fan, look, most of the story content you can do, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the thing that really got me back into the game is the story writing and the quality of the story in this game is absolutely fantastic. And not just in the actual story cutscenes, but just little interactions between characters, or in the like home menu, which is the Pokemon Center. Just little things that I wish were in mainline Pokemon games because it just adds so much depth to the characters that we've known for 25 years. I love it.
Talking about loving things, there's something called type skills now. What are type skills?
Type skills are ways that you can further power up your characters so that when you use Pokemon of the same type, so fire type, water type, etc., on your team, you get little bonuses. So you can either get power bonuses or you can get health bonuses. And it's just another way to further enhance your sync pairs. I mean, to be honest, it is rare sometimes that I'll have a team that's entirely one type. Just because of the limited number of support sync pairs in the game that are actually usable. But it's still a nice way to perk up your characters a bit further, particularly if you run Battle Villa with the likes of Serena and Red, because you get lots of points for that.
I'll come to that in a minute, actually, because there's an area where we might be incentivized to use Pokemon of the same type. But just to add to that, strikers raise attack and special attack, support pairs raise HP, and tech pairs do both, but at like a lesser level. So they'll give 10 each of each stat instead of 20, for example. But yeah, that's also got its own sort of area to grind items for raising type skills. And it's called the type skill area if you didn't guess it already. And the items called skills
literally
fairs.
one battle.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? One battle.
Yeah, it's just one battle.
But yeah, talking about battles, moving on. Champion Stadium. Silence. Okay, cool.
I thought there was a follow-up. Champion Stadium is so cool.
Yeah.
Everything about the Champion Stadium is fantastic.
Now, just to point out here that I was right in one of our conversations. Right. Here's the official. Here it is off this. I've lost words. I've lost the words off the official press. To participate in the stadium, you must complete main story chapter 10, A Reason to Battle. Ha! So see, it's not.
Oh, is it chapter 10?
It's chapter 10, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's more realistic.
That's when you get all your badges and stuff. So yeah, it makes sense because
that makes more sense.
Yeah, the Champions Stadium is made out of what, Amit? Tell me what it's made out of.
It is the Kanto Elite Four, and its champion, Mr. Gary Oak. I felt like that was a build-up.
Okay, yeah. So it's currently the Kanto Elite Four, and in future there'll be other Elite Four pairs that come into the Champion Stadium. But what makes the Champion Stadium unique compared to other content that we have got at the moment?
So a couple of things. Firstly, every single battle has a unique soundtrack, and they are all absolutely fantastic. I'm a big fan, and I know you are as well, of the soundtracks that they've put on these new battles. Particularly, I'm a fan of Bruno's. I think his is fantastic.
Yeah, his soundtrack uses like taiko drums and kiai, where it's just people like martial artists screaming in the background. It's just so epic, dude.
Yeah, it's really good. Second, so it's 5 battles, and you can't use sync pairs more than once. So in theory, you need 15 different sync pairs to clear Champion Stadium, and that's not an easy task, particularly for people who are probably newer to the game, where you don't have lots of sync pairs to choose from. It's a tough challenge. You really have to plan ahead. You have to think your strategy through. It's a good post-game challenge for people who have kind of done everything in Masters and need something a bit more. And you and I mean, we've got strong rosters of sync pairs. Even you and I found little bits of it tough.
It was a nice challenge. I mean, I haven't had a challenge that tough since Silver came about, and Silver had its own sort of ultra hard battle. I think that's the only battle where me taking red wasn't the solution to it. It was insanely difficult.
And then the other thing that makes Champion Stadium unique, when you're fighting the Elite Four, you have to beat all 4 of them before you face the champion. You can fight them in any order, and each time you battle someone, there's a different modifier for the battle.
Which I had no idea about.
I can't believe you completed it without knowing it. But one of them is, for example, the sync move counter is halved. In one of them, special attacks do half damage. In one of them, I'm trying to remember, status conditions are more effective and land more easily. And the last one is any buffs you get from a sync move are doubled. So this, and then you can basically pick and choose who you want to fight. So you could fight Agatha first rather than third, for example, so that you can take advantage of the buff that halves special damage, which I'm sure people try to do. So it's a nice way to plan your strategy around, and I certainly did. It was good fun. I enjoyed Champion Stadium. It's probably the most fun thing that I've had in the game for a while as well, so I really enjoyed it.
Before we talk about sort of what we use for the Champion Stadium for this week, because it does change every week in terms of typings for these trainers in the Champions Stadium. I did want to mention that this is where you get your Spirit Champion Spirit item for 6-star pairs. So it's a necessary in-game thing to challenge the Champion Stadium if you want to get your 6-star sync pairs. The other thing is you get medals for using 18 different types cumulatively in the Champion Stadium. So I think I'm at 9 out of 10. You're at 9 out of 18. You're at 10 out of 18 at the moment, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. I just wanted to
all thanks to Tauros.
And I just want to talk about the music a bit more. Lance's theme, in particular, has got not only the gym leader theme, I think it was, but also his own theme as well, incorporated it into it. It's just crazy how they do this stuff. Yeah. It's just crazy.
I'm really impressed. Whoever is the music designer for that game is doing a stellar job. We'll talk about another of the events in a minute, and the soundtrack for that is absolutely phenomenal.
So I'll talk about what round I went through. So I went through Lorelei, Bruno, Agatha, Lance, and then Blue. The Pokemon Sync pairs that I used for Lorelei were Brendan, Rosa.
Can you say Lorelei?
Lorelei. It's all a lie. So it was Brendan, Rosa, and Mew, Oak and Mew. Misty, other Gen 5 boy, and that's just a joke between me and you. Hilbert and what's his name? Wally? Wally, not Wally. Oh god, the one that always wants to find you.
It's not Wally from Gen 3, or
no, not Wally from the Gen 4 guy. I'm gonna find you if you're late. That guy. Barry, that's the one. Sorry, Barry.
Sorry, Hilbert. I thought you said find you, not find you.
Fine, I will find you. No, so yeah, I don't know why I used Hilbert. He wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't. Still to this day, I will never understand why I used Hilbert there. He does nothing for that team apart from raid speed. But yeah, the next one for Agatha, I used Leaf, Player, and Torchic, and Mewtwo, obviously. Lance, I used Iris. I used Pikachu, Player and Pikachu, and Phoebe. And finally, for Blue, which totally wasn't necessary, but I used Red, Blaine, and Rapidash for Sun, and then obviously Skylar, because I can't do it without Skylar. So
you definitely saved the best to the last there.
Exactly, I didn't need to. It was that easy. But yeah, who did you use for each round?
So for Lorelei, I went with Player and Egg Tauros, because I'm a mad lad. Brock and Onyx, and Signasuit, Leaf, and Venusaur. For Bruno, who I found the toughest, Serena and Delphox, Roxanne and Probopass, and Signasuit Red and Charizard.
Mm-hmm.
Round 3, which was Agatha, Misty and Starmie, Viola and Masquerain.
So
and
you really liked Viola, didn't you?
Viola's great. Viola is, for me, probably one of the best tanks in the game. Possibly the best tank against special damage. Obviously not amazing against physical attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But as a special tank, she's definitely one of the best. And I used Agatha and Gengar against Agatha and Gengar, which was great. Lance, where I deliberately picked the buff that gave you double stat boosts off all your specials. Signasuit, Cynthia, and Kamoa, so that I was getting +4 to all my stats per sync move, which was fantastic. Professor Oak and Mew, and Torchic and Player. And then for Blue, I'd used Red already, so Skylar again, like you, and then Flannery and Torkoal, Flint, and Infinite.
Yeah, Torkoal's a beast. It's actually a beast.
Torkoal's insane.
Yeah, so it was actually really fun content, wasn't it? Definitely a challenge, and I'm actually really looking forward to the reset, which is what, tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow morning. The music for me is what got me into it. There's a cutscene at the beginning. I won't spoil it, but the cutscene at the beginning when the music just kicks up, and it's so, I guess nostalgic is probably the right word, and it just gets you in the mood. I really, really enjoy Champion Stadium. I hope we get more content like that in the future.
Yeah. What do you remember? What types are coming up tomorrow?
I believe that there's an electric type weakness for Lorelei. There is a psychic type weakness for Bruno. Agatha's weakness is ice, and Lance's weakness is steel. I'll let you speculate on who their sync pairs may be as a result of that. And I think Blue is weak to rock type. Okay,
that's good. That's going to be really interesting. Really, really interesting. But talking of interesting, we've got another event as well, which was the Training with the Legends event. Now, last week, I speculated that you'd be challenging who you see on screen for this Training with Legends event. That turned out not to be the case. Who was it? Excuse me.
It was 3 of the greatest champions of all time. Stephen and his Metagross, Cynthia and her Garchomp, and of course the other one who
Lance
I totally
and his Dragonite.
I was like, was it Lance or was it someone else?
You're
Lance
putting
and
so much
Dragonite.
disrespect on his name. How could you, dude?
I'm sorry. Lance and Dragonite. No, it was a really cool battle that you take on full force battle. So 9 sync pairs against your, in theory, 3. You can use more if you want to, but I think for most people they were using 3 or trying to use 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really fun battle. It's a challenging battle, and the music, which is a remix of all 3 of their individual themes, is absolutely my favorite theme in
it's all
Pokemon Masters ever.
Incorporated into one soundtrack, and the way they managed to fade into, or like not even fade into, the way they managed to connect each one and transition over to each one is it's mind-boggling. It's crazy.
That was definitely the best thing in the update. In general, was just the quality of the soundtracks.
Yeah, and honestly, I hope they release an album one day because these soundtracks are incredible, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already trying to download stuff off like YouTube or SoundCloud to try and find some of it because it's so good.
It just boggles my mind, you know, that I love the main game soundtracks, but wow, you know what Masters does with soundtracks is something else. It really is something else.
It's oddly specific, but I'm a huge fan of the Gen 6 remix as well. Gen 6 Gym Leader remix. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The one that you fight for the evolution items every day.
Yeah, I get it.
I literally do that on manual just for that soundtrack.
Yeah, no skip tickets for that. But one thing you don't want to skip is scouting for these 3. It is Red, Leaf, and Blue, all in their signature suits. So, talk to me. What's special about each one?
So all of them are capable of being 6-star. Is the first thing. All of them are very, very strong. Stats-wise, Blue is by far and away the tankiest Pokemon in the game. We already know Signature Red is by far and away the best damage dealer in the game. And Signature Leaf actually ended up being probably one of the best hybrids in the game ever, with an amazing tech move pool that can guarantee, well, has a 50% chance of badly poisoning all enemies, potions to heal, Frenzy Plant to do crazy damage. I'm a big fan of Signature Leaf. I think it's probably one of the best sync pairs we've had in a while.
Yeah, coming into sort of the anniversary, we were speculating, you know, would they just basically copy and paste Red onto Blue and Leaf, and they didn't do that. They found different ways of making them not as good, but definitely, you know, very much above the rest, I'd say.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, so Red is the striker pair, Leaf is the tech pair, and Blue is a support pair. So even in that, there's team synergy. I think the idea is for them all to be used together. They definitely have things that support each other and, you know, complement each other's skills. So
yeah, I'm
sure,
definitely you know, clear like the ultra hard challenge with those 3. That's for sure, with the training event.
Honestly, I think Signature Leaf is probably one of the top tier pairs, or one of the best top tier pairs we've had in a long time.
I know you're that's your go-to pair now. Not even Red. She's your go-to pair, isn't it?
Red's my go-to pair for like auto because I trust the AI to just do a good job. But if I want to beat a difficult stage, I absolutely use Leaf.
Yeah, and we did try to get Leaf and we tried to get Blue. For results in that, check out tomorrow's video, which will be up on the PokeRamble YouTube channel, or you can look at the archives on Twitch. But yeah, I'd say in terms of priority, I think we both agreed Red's priority, then Leaf, then Blue. In terms of trying to get these sync pairs, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to get Red as the priority. Personally, I would recommend Leaf as the next option, and then yeah, Blue is probably the one to round it out afterwards.
Awesome. So we'll I should add as well. You get 100 character specific sync orbs per pull of that character. So there's another added incentive for you to get them.
Yeah, great little bonus.
Apart from that, there's new gem deals in the shop, and there's a new selector scout as well. Surprise, they had them both together. So it's there for you. You have to use 3,000 pay gems to select a 5-star character. So if there's something you desperately want, go for it.
Just before we go on, am I being crazy by saying that someone just donated €50?
Oh, I don't know how that works. I don't know how I've got donation on my channel, but no, thank you very much.
That's incredibly kind. Yeah, thank you so much.
That's
sorry.
crazy.
I don't want to like interrupt the flow, but
no, it's like
that's crazy.
It's strange. It's strange. I didn't even know I had like donations turned on. To be honest with you,
that's incredibly generous. I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
Wow.
But yeah, maybe I'll use the Selector Scout now. Who knows? Who knows?
So no, I'm just watching the chat because I think he just donated again. He or she, I should say, has just donated again. I'm blown away.
I'm gobsmacked. I
can't. I've got notes in front of me and I still can't read them.
I'll let you handle the chat whilst I get on with the administrative stuff. But
yeah, I was just going to say, while we were talking about 6-star pairs, the other thing that was starred out this week was the Pokemon Masters hashtag. Do we want to talk about that briefly?
We'll come to it right at the end of the Pokemon Masters news.
Go for it.
So yeah, we've got so many events going on, and so DNA have been like, okay, here's some more stamina, so we get an extra 400 stamina a day. Just end it. God, please, just end it. Let it go. We don't need it. But stamina aside, we've got a new event to talk about, which is the Grass, Fire, Water, and Egg event. There's a joke there about them being a band. 21st September. Never mind.
Sorry, I'm just so distracted.
That's fine. So from these eggs, you can get a shiny Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur if you're lucky. Apart from that, you can also get a Goldeen, Growlithe, and Bellsprout as usual, which you can get from other eggs.
Yeah, the Bellsprout's not anything new. Growlithe has a couple of good ones.
I was really surprised to see Growlithe. I was really happy to see him.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And the one that I think a lot of people are really keen to get is Tech Squirtle. Is available as a shiny as well, but Tech Squirtle has Rain Dance, Racing Rain 2, and is a really good rain setter. Lots of people saying better than Leona, who is the other rain setter. So a really good one to look out for is Tech Squirtle. And there's another donation in the chat, and I got to stop talking for a second.
No worries.
Is this for real?
I've got no idea, but I'm going to talk about Ethan, Chris, and Lyra coming to Pokemon Go in terms of coming back to what's the word for it? I need your help with it. The scouting area. There we go. The scouting area. They're back in Scouts.
They are available. Yeah, promoted.
And I think out of the three, probably Lyra is the most useful because of her grid now, because of the sun. But also Ethan, if you put him with Starmie, is really, really good. And you grid him because his eruption does just a ton of insane splash damage. But you've got to make sure he keeps healthy, which is the only issue. Chris, unfortunately, isn't the superior pairs compared to Chris, which is sad because she's my favorite out of the three. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? So I think next week the Training with Family Ties on the 9th event comes out. The sync pairs have been revealed through the portal site, but I'm not going to discuss them this week just because we've got so much to talk about already. And the other thing is they haven't explicitly been shown off anywhere, so I'll leave it till next week to talk about those pairs. Obviously, it's Lusamine, Lily, and Gladion, but I won't talk about who they're partnered with just yet. A bit of miscellaneous news. So the Pokemon Company and DNA have put out a video of the first anniversary medley, a collection of Pokemon Masters EX tracks. So they're finally releasing the PAL theme of Red, which we've heard on the 6-month anniversary trailer and the 1-year anniversary trailer. Cynthia's also got a new arrangement, and there's a new Verse Gym Leader theme as well for the Kanto Gym Leaders, and they all sound incredible, especially Red's with the I think it's the violins that have been added in there.
They've got a mural. I can't remember exactly where it is, but they've got a mural of all of the Pokemon Masters trainers, and that it's a really cool design.
Before we get to the mural, there's a website, dreamteam.pokemonmasters-game.com. Essentially what happens is you go on this website, you can click make my dream team, and what will come up with, if you can see on screen, is like all these sync pairs put together into a photograph, and they're random each time. So you can waste tons of time trying to get the ideal sort of like I don't know, sync team or whatever into the photo. I know people have been trying to get a team power over 1 million. I don't know if anyone succeeded, but yeah, that's another cool thing.
Yeah, really cool.
And that mural you're talking about can be found here. So this is in Tokyo.
Oh, look at you. Yeah.
Now, I recognize this, and I'm going to put it out there. I think this is either the Pokemon Center in Ikebukuro, which I think it is, or the Pokemon Center in... Oh! We've got a gift sub in the chat.
Amazing.
Thank you very much, Billy. Billy's a good friend of mine. There's a joke where every time Billy comes on, I leave. It's not a joke because it actually does happen all the time, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I've always got to go when he turns up. But no, so this is either in Ikebukuro or it's in the Tokyo Skytree Tower area. But it's really cool. I really love how much they're promoting it at the moment, and I just hope there's so much more success. And actually,
yeah, I like they're putting so much effort into Pokemon Masters at the moment.
I should have probably pulled this up, but Pokemon Masters in its first year has made I think about 75 million or 750 million, one of the two.
There's a big difference between those two numbers.
I know. I think it's probably 75 million, but it's made about 75 million in its first year. And when you compare that to apps like Pokemon Shuffle, Pokemon Duel, Pokemon Magikarp Jump and stuff like that, it absolutely eclipsed them. Yeah. Oh, even if you put them all together, it's eclipsed them. The only one that hasn't eclipsed is Pokemon Go, which is a whole different beast. But yeah, they've done so well for the first year. I know, particularly in the first 3 months, they were struggling to make revenue from it because there was an initial boost and it started going down again. So the fact that they've been able to keep it consistent and make as much as they had during the first year, good luck to them. And if that means we're benefited from it, brilliant. I mean, it can't be cheap to put together those music tracks. So no. I guess
I can't wait for the Pokemon Masters EX Plus so that I have something on my wrist so that I can just farm level up materials.
Oh god, I showed my water. I showed my water. Oh god. That was good. And the last thing to say about Pokemon Masters, Jesus, this has gone on long. But Facebook and Instagram have got some special filters for Pokemon Masters EX. I don't know if they're out now, but they said it'll be out, and you can see it if you want to. But brilliant.
Go check it out.
Yeah. Next up, we'll go to the next section. What is your order, Amit?
1 Tapu Koko to go, please.
Indeed it is. And into the game is...
Can I hang on, before we move away, we didn't talk about the hashtag.
What's the hashtag? Oh, the hashtag. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for the hashtag.
The most important part of Pokemon Masters news. Can you bring the logo back up on screen?
Yeah.
The most important part of Pokemon Masters news this week is that the hashtag started trending on Twitter. It actually went viral. Everyone was talking about it. Because if you read Pokemon Masters EX as a hashtag, it also spells Pokemon Master Sex. So it went absolutely viral. Twitter was in a bit of a meltdown about it. There was lots of not great stuff about it. We were debating whether it was a deliberate marketing ploy. It seemed too good to be true that someone wouldn't have spotted it. But Pokemon Masters EX was trending all over Twitter. It
was actually second worldwide, I think it peaked at. So
wow.
Yeah, it was. Now, here's my conspiracy theory. I think it was an intentional.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think it was intentional. I mean, when was the last time Pokemon was trending number 2 worldwide?
I have no idea, but it's really funny because actually, just the other day, they dropped the hashtag so quickly. Like the Pokemon company had tweeted something about Pokemon Masters, and then like 5 seconds later, the Pokemon Masters Twitter account also tweeted something. They were just using Pokemon Masters, and they've got red added into those two hashtags, so they've dropped the EX hashtag.
Fantastic.
I guess the other thing they could have done is just put in Pokemon Masters _ EX as well, but. It's just so funny, and I had so many people message me. It was so funny. Just message me, oh, hilarious, and I had to have all these memes ready to combat it. It was something.
Yeah, that was an event.
But where's my drink? Where's my drink, dude? Where's my drink? Here's my drink. So Audino was added into the game last week, and coming to the game is Torterra as a special customer. I like his design. That's all I've got to say about it.
That's what we say every week. We're like, I love the design. Still don't play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Torterra's cute. It's nice. I think Audino's a really fitting character for Pokemon Cafe. Not just because, she's in the Pokemon Center and it just feels like that kind of a vibe. But I like the idea of Audino helping out and serving in a cafe on her breaks from helping Nurse Joy in the Pokemon Center.
Broken Pokemon legs and whatnot. Just
exactly.
Yeah, there's 50 new regular orders, whatever that means. And actually, so Celebi was added to the game not too long ago, if you remember. Now, apparently, it's making the game a cakewalk because
Celebi is apparently broken
because it grants you extra move stages. Like, oh, thank you very much, Celebi. So yeah, if you want a broken Pokemon, get Celebi. But with that, I'm going to move on. 1, 2, 3. It's the easiest TCG. It's the other way around. Oh,
it's
I've
the
already
other way
messed
around.
up. Oh no.
And
oh no.
3.
So anyway, Vivid Voltage now has been revealed and release date.
Yeah, what a good name.
Yeah. It's releasing on November 13th. Features Zarude and some new amazing Pokemon. Ooh. Essentially what it is, it's a hybrid set of amazing Volt Tackle and legendary Heartbeat. So yeah, they did a really good job with the name, translating that over to the West. Even though they're both English.
I love the name.
The confirmed Pokemon so far for this set: Celebi, Orbeetle V, Orbeetle V Max, Zarude V, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. I believe that's the one with Leon. Chewtle, Dreadnought, Pikachu V Max, Raikou, Zacian, Colossal V Max, Zamazenta, Jirachi, and Rayquaza. And you won't be surprised to hear this, but I'll be collecting this set. I won't be getting all the cards, but as long as I've got like a Jirachi, as long as I've got a Charizard and Leon, I'm more than happy.
I think this is going to be on my Christmas list for sure.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's releasing mid-November, so it's probably about the right time that I can ask for it as a Christmas present.
Sorry, excuse me, I was just yawning there. So yeah, no.
Am I boring you that much?
No. It's just been a long weekend. And whenever Billy's about, it makes me want to just leave. So no, I'm just joking. So yeah, no, that's the TCG set. As I said, I'm probably gonna.
Is that you setting up for Pokemon Sleep? Is that what that is? Are you trying to get a segue together?
No, unfortunately not. But that would have been. I'll save that for one of these weeks because we're never getting Pokemon Sleep apparently. But yeah, I'll be collecting.
Hang on a second. I have actual news. Let's not skip it. We have actual Pokemon Sleep news.
Well, this week we have, yeah, but
every week we have actual Pokemon Sleep news.
But I'm saying it's never going to come, but it might come with the news that we've got. Is that better?
No, that's not. It's definitely coming, and we have the proof.
Okay.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Okay, what he said.
Irrefutable proof.
My thing was, I think I'm going to do some pack openings on the channel in a couple of months' time. So
that would be cool.
Look out for that. Because I've got a webcam, but I'm just very lazy with it.
It's a beautiful set. I'm looking forward to it.
And I've got a beautiful face, but neither here nor there. We'll move on. I've probably gone to a theme park. So you managed to do the last week or the final stage of Pokemon Virtual Fest. What was it?
Yeah, I'm so sad that Pokemon Virtual Fest has ended. But to celebrate the end, they had Pikachu Parade and then a big Pikachu concert finale, which actually was so well attended that people couldn't get onto the servers because we reached max capacity. So hugely successful Pokemon Virtual Fest, so much fun. I'm just sad it's over, honestly.
There was something really, really weird. So apart from the usual Pikachu Parade, there was also a collaborative performance with the Picotaro. I think his name is Picotaro, and this is the pineapple pen guy. If you don't already know,
is it the pen pineapple? What is it? Pen pineapple apple pen.
Yeah, that's the dude. So he did like
a song.
Yeah, and you can find the song with Pikachu up on YouTube, and it's something. It's something. But I think we'll move on to everybody's favorite segment. Where the Helioptile is Pokemon Sleep. Now, I'll tell you where Pokemon Sleep is.
We have big news.
Yeah. Now, it's a theory, but we're going to claim it as news.
It is news. Stop calling it a theory. It's news.
So
we're the only ones reporting on the real truth here.
Mega House are a company that make Pokemon figures. As part of the Gem series, there is this Ash sleeping on top of a Snorlax, with the Pikachu also sleeping, the Bulbasaur also sleeping, with the Squirtle doing what? Also sleeping. Yeah, exactly. Right? And you got Jigglypuff there, looking quite furious.
Because he's put everyone to sleep.
Yeah. this is supposed to come out on February 2021. What if, and I'm just saying, what if the Pokemon Company is releasing Pokemon Sleep next year to coincide with this figure to make double the sales?
What if this is the Pokemon Go Plus thing?
Oh
what
my
if this
god!
is what it looks like?
You know what? I think we're onto something there. I think we're onto something there.
Isn't the price point for this like $150?
It's £100. So yeah, around $150, $130 actually.
Listen, for that amount of money, I wanted to track my sleep for me.
Yeah, and apparently if you squeeze on the Pikachu, it like sets an alarm and stuff.
Oh my god, does it? That's so cool. Does it actually?
He doesn't really, no.
Oh, I got so excited.
So yeah,
that should be the title of this podcast: is Amit gets excited then let down.
You expect nothing and you still let down. Yeah.
Shout out to the chat. Ugh.
So yeah, Pokemon Sleep probably delayed till next year, perhaps February 2021. We'll come at you next week.
That's we confirmed the release date. It's February 2021.
We're speculating. I'm not ready to put my name.
You're speculating. I'm saying this is clearly concrete proof.
I can't do it. I can't let people down. Yeah, look.
It's not known. Hang on, we haven't let anyone down, right? It's the Pokemon Company who've not made any announcements and forced us to go and find the news for the people.
That's very true. But look, I just want to say to the people, I know Amit's not included in this, but look, it's just a theory, a Pokemon theory, but hey. February 2021, we'll have Pokemon Sleep. I hope. I think. Moving on. That was so ridiculous. It's time for the podcast form news roundup. Pokemon Center. So they're doing a Halloween sort of event at the Pokemon Center, which begins September 12th. And as you can see on screen, here's the key visual for it. You've got all sorts of Pokemon cosplaying, mostly ghost types. Mostly in ghost type cosplay, but they're all pretty cool. You've got
favorite one on screen. Go.
It's what's his name? Oh no, Morpeko with the Gengar hat. It just looks amazing. Or Skull Bunny with the Thievul.
I was going to say Skull Bunny as Thievul is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
And actually, I really like Whimsicott as Galarian Weezing as well.
How do you do? It's got a mustache and all. It's brilliant. Yep. But yeah, we're getting some merchandise to coincide with it. First up are these 4 figures featuring these Pokemon. All very cool. You've got Bulbasaur acting like a Wooloo. You've got a Grookey cosplaying as a Ludicolo.
Eevee cosplaying as Charizard.
It's just fantastic, isn't it? It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price points are for these figures, and I know it's going to be difficult to bring in Westway, but you know what? Good luck to the people who get them, because they look amazing. They look absolutely amazing. Alongside these few things, we've actually got plushies as well. So as you can see, you've got the Sobble with the Drifloon, you've got the Thievul Score Bunny, you've got the Morpeko
so
Gengar.
Cool.
Yeah, so you even got your Top Hat Whimsicott. So yeah, there's a lot of plushies you can get now as well. So yeah, I might actually have to research on how to get some of these, because these look fantastic.
Who's Trapinch meant to be?
Trapinch, from that angle, I could not tell you for the life of me. I thought
it was Girafarig because he's got a pumpkin on his butt.
Is it not? Is it Heliolisk?
No, don't think it's Heliolisk.
It looks like he's got like a sunrise on his face.
Maybe.
I will find out one of these days.
The pumpkin on the butt is weird.
Moving on. Okay, yeah. There's some Glar merch coming out, and actually, surprise, you've got Ball Guy being made into a plush.
He's going to sell out immediately.
And he's completely posable as well. So
Is that the first time that the Pokemon Company made a plush of a human? If he is human?
I'm going to say no, just because of how long it's been going. But we don't know what Ball Guy is, and I'm not even going to pretend to know what Ball Guy is. He's something else, dude. He's what I wake up to at night and sweat. But yeah, I'm going to move on from this now. You've seen it. You won't be able to sleep at night. Two things. Pokemon Korea have also announced 2 distributions. This comes by with Cerebi. When you go to see the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, which releases at the end of the month. Now, I thought the West had to wait long for this movie. Wow, they waited long for this movie. But anyway, when you go see it, you'll be receiving 2 serial codes. One is to receive the Mewtwo in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. This is a copy of the Mewtwo that we got previously. And the other one is one that I don't think anyone's got before, is a Charizard based on Ash's Charizard for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So this Charizard is going to be level 50 and comes with the moves Flamethrower, Dragon Tail, Slash, and Seismic Toss with a move that it can't normally learn in Sword and Shield. So I have to find...
I should correct you. Ash's Charizard was a distribution, I think, in Gen 6.
No, but I'm saying for this generation we haven't had this distribution. This is
not
the
for
same,
this generation.
Yeah, this is not the same. This is not the same distribution. We haven't had this distribution yet.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant Ash's Charizard has never been distributed before.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, this one specifically hasn't been distributed before across, because usually all territories get the sort of distributions, but yeah, this one hasn't come out anywhere apart from Korea, or coming out area apart from Korea at the moment. So I'm gonna have to find a Korean friend and get me one of those. Yeah, Korean friend, quote unquote. Less said the better.
I don't think they've ever made a human plush.
Are you searching?
Yeah, I was searching for a good 50. There's unofficial ones, obviously. I don't think they've ever made a human plush.
Can I recommend somewhere that you should go search for a human plush?
Yes, you can do that.
The Pokemon Center in Kanazawa being opened. So Kanazawa in Japan. This one, it's got a mascot of Milotic, obviously with the Pikachu. And so I've read this somewhere, but to reflect the natural beauty of the Hokuriku Prefecture, the Pokemon company chose Milotic to be the representative of the Pokemon Center in Kanazawa.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there were different Pokemon as the mascots for each Pokemon Center. It's really cool.
For example,
and I love the design.
The one in Ikebukuro has now changed to Zamazenta and Zacian. Before that, when I went, it was the Mega Evolution Pokemon. The Pokemon Center in the Sky Tower, I'll let you guess who the mascot is for the Sky Tower.
Is it Swanna and Skylar?
Think Gen 3.
Gen 3 would be Wiona. Oh, Rayquaza. What am I saying?
Yeah, Rayquaza. It was Rayquaza. And actually, with a lot of these Pokemon centers,
it literally lives on the Sky Pillar, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Skylar. No, but Pikachu usually has cosplays of each one, so I'm wondering if we're going to see a Pikachu cosplay of Milotic now.
Oh, that would be cool. The Pikachu Rayquaza one was really cool.
I've got I need to show you this actually, because I finally found it after such a long time. Because it got lost somewhere, and I've actually found it while I was cleaning my room. But I've got a little pin of Pikachu cosplaying as Mega Charizard X. It's the cutest thing you'll see in the world, dude. Nice. So I'm so happy to find it. But yeah, that's all the news for the podcast from News Roundup. Unless you've got anything that I've missed.
No, I think that's everything.
No, okay, we'll move on to our last section. It's time for Unknown Question of the Week. I've got one for you.
Fact of the week. Unknown Fact of the Week.
Unknown Fact of the Week. That's the one. It's usually you that does this. So
yeah, it's nice to take a break.
Yeah, I'm not used to actually pulling my own weight. But no, I've actually this is something that blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. I only just found it out recently. But get this. The Elite Four, right? As we know them.
Yep.
In Japan, they're known as the Four Heavenly Kings.
Whoa, what a title.
It's crazy.
Heavenly Kings.
It's like, so the word for it, what they say in Japan is shitenno, right? And it translates to the four tenno. And tenno can be translated as heavenly sovereign or emperor of God. Just like,
wow, neither of those are bad titles, I'll be honest.
The Elite Four is great. But then you say to someone, I'm taking you to meet the Elite Four, or I'm taking you to meet the Four Heavenly Kings. What?
I know which one I'd be more scared of.
Yeah, I know, man. So no, I just thought that was a little interesting tidbit. I mean, we have talked before about translation between English and Japanese, and where English we've got dark types. In Japanese they call it aku, which is evil types. It's like
nice.
It's
serious.
Yeah.
Serious talk for a second. I'm looking at the Elite Four. Don't get me wrong. I know them all. I fought them all. I beat them all. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 1, I know those characters. I love them. Same for Gen 2.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Gen 3, 4, 5, and 6, most of those characters just don't exist in the game. You fight them at the end, and it's like, okay, jobs are good.
Gen 4, I'm going to push back on.
Actually, I didn't play like Gen 4 in as much depth as I played the other one, so I'll allow that. But
yeah, because you do interact with Flint quite a bit.
It's not until Gen 7 that you actually get proper interactions and stories with those people before you kick their butt at the end.
Same with Will, though. You don't know Will at all until you get to Elite Four. I think Karen might be.
No, that's true.
But yeah, no, I totally get your point. When I was looking at this image, I was thinking the ones I've got most affinity with is obviously, the front two, maybe Gen 5 because of, black and white 2. Gen 4 Flint, especially because we get to see him a bit more. Like the guy at the bottom, I couldn't even tell you what his name was. I completely forgotten his name.
I'm literally asking myself whether the woman above that is Agatha's daughter, because I'm like, I don't know.
No,
the hairstyle's exactly the same.
Yeah,
but maybe that's just lazy design work. I don't know.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest ones is Drake. Jake's pretty cool.
Yes.
His
team is menacing.
Yeah. No JoJo references here. But yeah, that's it for me for this week of the PokeRamble podcast. I don't know if you want to say anything to the good people out there.
No, it's been fun. Thank you to everyone who joined us live. It's always nice to have people join us live.
I do want to say, by the way, we got trolled hard.
We
got trolled hard.
We'll cut that out of the recording.
It's fine. I'm gonna leave it up there. But essentially, for anyone that's listening, it's like some guy donated, and I thought it was a bit strange because I've turned donations off. So I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So yeah, no, we got trolled, but that's fine. People are people. We had a good, fun episode anyway.
I dealt with it. Lifetime ban.
Oh damn! All right, I'm trying to mod Billy the Door as well because he's usually about.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah,
but that's fine. I've got mod power, so I just banned him for life. Bye.
Imagine I do receive like $200 or whatever into my account. Like, oh no, what have we done?
If you get $200 into your account, I will happily go and find that guy and promote him to a tier 3 sub. That's fine. I'll do that. On my
you get into an EasyJet sort of flight for 30 quid and like returning the money. But no, yeah, it's been a fun episode. Where can the people find us?
You can find us on twitch.tv/KumailH, that is KUMAILH, every Sunday evening, 7:30 p.m. BST or 6:30 p.m. Universal Central Time. We are live on Twitch to record the podcast. Come hang out with us and chat, come ask us questions, come join in. It's always good fun. If you can't join us live, you can always find us on YouTube, search PokeRamble Podcast, or any of your good podcast outlets, including Spotify. Go and check out PokeRamble Podcast, and you can find all of our episodes there.
Fantastic. And until next time, I've been Kumail.
I've been Amit.
And this has been the PokeRamble Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.